Ah, Hi, welcome back. If you don't know me, if this is your first time here, I'm Candace, founder of Candace Lee Yoga. This is Bella over here. For today, we're actually not going to use this. It just feels really good on my shoulders. Um, Today's practice is going to be a nice hip welcoming, a little bit of mobility, a little bit of strength, floor practice today. If you want to grab some blocks, that might be helpful in certain areas. It'll probably be around 20 minutes or so. So go grab something you can move in and let's get started. So we're going to actually start in child's pose. If you are new to yoga, child's pose is simply coming to sit with your hips down on your heels. You can always add a block underneath your hips, whatever, or under your head, whatever feels most comfortable to you. Beginning to navigate a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Relaxing the best that you can. Making any adjustments you need to make in your body. Knees a little closer, knees a little further. Start to release any stress that might be hanging out in your shoulders, in your face, or in your jaw. Settle a little deeper. Stay here as long as you'd like. Give an invitation to start to move up to hands and knees. Walk your hands back. Bring any movements into your body at any time throughout this practice that feel really good for you. Moving into a hands and knees shape is wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, in a width that is nice and strong and steady. Slowly start to tilt the tailbone up as your low belly starts to drop down towards the floor. Following, your eye gaze comes up. Then reverse the direction, tailbone under, back starts to round, and eventually the chin will move in the direction of the chest. This is cat-cow. So moving as slowly or a little quicker, maybe following the length of your inhale, the length of your exhale, moving your spine around, getting a little bit warm in your body. Move through about one more. Bring your knees together. Come back to sit on your heels once more. Breathe in. Little side bodies. Big arm circle. And then come back into hands and knees with your right toes back this time. Right toes stretched back. Keep your toes down on the floor as you reach a little bit through your heel. Notice where you're noticing the sensations. Maybe they're in your calf, maybe they're in your upper leg, maybe they're in the whole leg. begin to lift your back leg. Find your stability in 3 points of contact here. Sometimes it's helpful to tuck your left toes. And then release that side. Switch right over to the left. Right over to the left. Reach through the left heel. Notice what you're noticing. And then lift up, finding 3 points of contact, strong and steady here. Toes tucked or untucked on the right side. Draw that low belly in. Keep your spine nice and long. Beautiful. Release down. Press it back. Roll your shoulders. Move your head and neck. Natural movements here. Whatever feels like it's calling you. Maybe a steady, deep breath in, deep breath out. Coming right back around to that same hands and knees. Bring those right toes back once again. Stretch it out. Lift it up. And then this time we're going to add cat, the rounding in the back, with nose and knee somewhat meeting. And then stretch it back out. Just like that. That movement, move it in and out at your pace. Some mobility in the hip. I was planning on around 10 and I definitely lost count. We'll stop around there. Stretch your leg out. And then this time as you're going to bend your knee, see if it navigates up towards the elbow, shoulder, or somewhere in between. Little external rotation in the hip. Send it back. External rotation, bring it up. Send it back. Set it down. Press back. Stretch it out. Yeah, you know what's coming on the other side. Come on back up. Left toes go back. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Lift, lift, lift. 3 points of contact, nice and strong. And then bend as you round. Bend your knee as you round. Stretch it out. Bend your knee as you round. Stretch it out. Take it to your breath. You can make this as, like, change the intensity. Maybe you're pushing through the air and really engaging, pushing through the floor. Maybe you're making this a little bit less intense and simply taking advantage of this freedom of the hip motion. All right, now bringing it up to the shoulder on this other side. Shoulder, tricep, or elbow, wherever it wants to navigate to. Send it back, upwards, send it back, upwards, send it back. Try to stay strong in your 3 points of contact. And then come down to child's pose, returning here once again. Beautiful. Work your way back. Great job. Let's keep moving. Going from hands and knees. This time, when you bring your right toes back, turn, kind of look to your back toes, sweeping them around, and come up on the outside of your right hand. So right foot, right hand, left and maybe a block. Sometimes it's nice to be up a smidgen higher here. Take your back toes back to a comfortable space. Maybe even adding a little blanket under your back knees. Hold. Nice long neck and spine. If this is not enough intensity for you, you're not feeling a stretch, you need a little bit more, remove the blocks, maybe come down to forearms. Today is not my day to be coming down to forearms. Beautiful. We're about to change into one variation of a pigeon. So walk your foot across the mat. Drop your knee down, back leg backs up. Start upwards. Start upwards. Stay nice and strong here. Before we come into the resting version of this, play around with this little bit of a scissoring of the legs, the anchoring of the back foot. Maybe you come to fingertips. Maybe you play around with lifting your arms. And then when you're ready, settle and drop forward. Slowly come on out. Walk your hands back. Tuck your toes. Reach back and press back to child's pose. And your next breath, rise back up. Hands and knees. So this time we're going to take your left foot out. You might be navigating around a fur baby. So left foot comes up to the left corner. Left hand on the inside. Right hand. Left, right, right. Make the adjustments. Remove your blocks. As you start to walk your foot across your mat, place your foot in any at any bent angle. It could be, if you don't have any problems or knee pain with your, in this area of your knee, and you can bring your foot straight across without feeling like you're going to injure something, you can absolutely do that. Otherwise, bring your foot into a stronger angle. We're starting up first. We're starting up first. Just like before. Engagement. You're trying to bring your right hip forward, your left hip back. So this little scissoring action with your legs. Your hands might be on your blocks. You might be at fingertips. You might try exploring bringing your hands out or up. And as you are ready, start to settle into this shape, bending forward. Relax right here. If this feels too intense, and there's a good amount of space between your right hip and the floor. I'm sorry, your left hip and the floor. Go ahead and tuck a little blanket, maybe a block back there. So you have a little bit of support. I have Bella in the taking up the space. And then we're going to come out of this side. Start to lean onto that left hip. Start to lean. You're hopefully going to make some space for your right leg to come around in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall. Nice and tall. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. So I'm wiggling here. Settle into the evenness of your body weight on both sit bones. Both sit bones. So you feel like you're pretty balanced. Now, your heels do not need to be as far in as they can go. In fact, I'm going to invite you to take them out a little further than you think, and then add your blocks. Add your blocks here. So we're about to move into a supported forward fold. Gently leaning forward, forehead on the blocks. Rest your shoulders. Relax the arms. Even the toes. Relax the toes if you feel like you're gripping. For some of us, we might need a lot more to acquire a sensation. So if you want to adjust the feet or maybe lean a little deeper into this stretch, find the zone that really works for you. That's where the magic happens, when you find your I can spot. I can. Support your magic making. Slowly rise back up. Beautiful. All right. Set those blocks aside just for a second. We're going to spin around and come down to our back. All the way down to our back. Rock a little bit side to side. Settle in. Take your feet just a little bit wider. Let your knees come together in a rest. We'll be here for about 3 or 4 breaths. And then as you move your feet in a little bit more parallel, knees are no longer resting against each other. Upper leg bones running side by side. Keep the upper arm bones down on the floor. Upper arm bones down on the floor. Give a little nudge and release. Another little nudge. Release. Third little nudge. Keep that little lift. Drop your hands down, palms down to the floor, and lift your hips. Slowly lower down. Trying 2 more variations, lifting up. Maybe you move a little bit higher. Maybe you decide this time you're going to slip a block under your low back and choose a supported variation. Lower down. And lift one more time. So block variation, lift and squeeze the glutes variation, maybe even bring the arms underneath. If that's your choice, give a little bit of an anchoring into the mat. And release back down. Bring the knees into the chest. Slow it down. If you're rocking, drop your knees as if you're trying to tuck them along the sides of your body. And then eventually unfolding, having the bottoms of your feet look up at the ceiling. This is happy baby. And you might find yourself holding on here or here, or the ankles, or the toes, or the feet, wherever it works. Maybe the outside edges of your feet, maybe your peace fingers on your big toes. Find that spot that really works for you. To try to drop your tailbone to the floor. Try to keep your head and neck nice and free. Little happy baby. Maybe you're playful and you give a little bit of a rock. And eventually bring your legs together. Point, flex, point, flex. Bend your knees. Bring your right ankle over your left. Right ankle up over your left knee. For more sensation, draw your left leg in. Give a little nudge out on the right. And we stay for just a couple breaths here. And then release that side, stretch it out, and shift. Other side. Now as we come out, place your feet back down on the floor. Rock your knees. Rock your knees. Maybe start taking the feet a little bit wider as you are moving from side to side. And eventually coming right through the center. We'll move into Shavasana. For those of you that are new to Shavasana, it is our final resting pose of our practice. You'll find Shavasana at the end of each class, a place to melt, to rest. You might decide to keep your knees bent or lay them straight. It is your choice. Take a big breath in and let it out. Opening the door for any amount of ease and relaxation to show up. Let go. Let go. Slowly start to rebend the knees. And deepen the breath. Eventually roll onto your favorite side and come up, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe your fur companion fell asleep. Acknowledging your heart center. Commend yourself for showing up. Consistency is key. To the best of your ability. From my heart to yours, I wish you all the peace, love, and gratitude. Namaste. And I'll speak for Bella too here. Bella and I say, until next time. If you really, really loved this and want to see more, drop a little note down in the comments, a thumbs up, anything, to let me know that this was perfect and that's what you'd love to see more created. Thank you so much. Bye now.